Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're gonna make ourselves some homemade RXBARs. We're working on two flavors today, peanut butter chocolate and blueberry. A little fruity taste, a little chocolate peanut butter taste. It's gonna be a good time. And honestly, if I can cook it, I know you can too. So yeah, without further ado, let's give it a try. Okay, so first we're gonna pour in our peanuts and egg white powders and blend that up a little bit and get those peanuts nice and chopped up. From there, gonna throw in the dates. Now, big warning sign here. When you put the dates into your food processor, be sure, put an extra hand down and be sure that that top is securely fastened, because when you start blending the dates, it will cause the lid to fly off if not securely fastened. Once the dates look all chopped up and mixed in there with your peanuts and egg white powders, go ahead and put the lid back on. You're gonna add a tablespoon of water slowly until you notice that the consistency is starting to feel a little bit sticky. All right, now all that's left is to throw that batch into a bowl, pour in your chocolate chips and stir them up. Then guess what, guys, you are done. Start smushing that goo into whatever pan you like. Throw that bad boy into the fridge and let's try our next flavor. Next we're gonna try our take on the blueberry RXBARs flavor. You're gonna throw in first your egg white powders and your cashew and walnuts mixture, and then throwing in those dates along with your dried blueberries, and you are ready to throw in your water. Here, you can probably notice I did a little bit too much water. It's looking a little extra sticky. Again, throw down some parchment paper, start spreading out that goo, and then throw it into the fridge and let it set. Okay, so while the homemade RXBARs are doing their thing in the fridge, I figured it was a perfect opportunity to try the real thing, so we can kind of do this taste test situation and really review what we just made and if it's like up to snuff. So I have the new RXBAR Layers. The Layers bars are higher in protein. They're two flavors, peanut butter chocolate and chocolate almond. The fact that both of these have a higher protein content than a lot of the current RXBARs out there kind of intrigues me. Other thing that I thought was interesting is, so there's a peanut butter chocolate regular RXBAR, but the difference is there's more peanuts in this bar, but less dates. So when you look at like the, it's a bigger bar and more protein, therefore more calories. But what you'll see is the sugars are still kind of the same, so I find that interesting. So yeah, I'm just gonna try it out. Okay, so basically, very noticeable layer deviation here. We got peanut butter on top, we got chocolate on the bottom. Texture-wise, feels real chalky. So I'm just gonna take a little bite here. Yeah, so real chalky, what I consider a normal chalky protein bar. You have that immediate aftertaste of there's something up in here we don't know really what it is and probably can't pronounce. Whereas this is very much a real taste, love that. But almost truly tastes like dried out peanut butter on top. So that layer is a little funky to me. Also has like chunks of peanut butter, which makes me feel better because my peanut butter homemade bars are absolutely chunky, to say the least. But yeah, like the peanut butter is getting stuck on the roof of my mouth. That's all I'm focusing on, so I don't really get the chocolate part. I'm making a mess, but I like the bottom layer first, which to me feels like I might honestly like the normal peanut butter chocolate because all combined. I'm still eating it though, right? So I feel like that's saying something, like obviously tasty enough to keep trying it. As far as taste goes, I know what I'm eating. I know that it's peanut butter. That's very apparent. A little bit of chocolate, and not overly sweet. So big fan here as far as taste profile goes. What I will say it has going for it though, minimal sweetness. I feel like this has a perfect balance of sweet and savory. So would I buy it again? Feel like that's a valid question. For me, having tried the regular RX bars and now these layer bars, honestly, just a great fan of the original and what they were doing. Sure, does it have more sugars? Absolutely. But do we know where those sugars are coming from? Yes. And can sugars help us get that energy before a workout, or would our body potentially burn that sugar a little bit quickly right after a workout? Absolutely. You know, everybody's different. Everybody's body is different, and so the way we process sugar is going to be a little bit different for everyone. We're all busy and things come up, and to have these in your pantry as a quick grab and go option is certainly high up in the protein bars list in my opinion. So I don't know, they're tasty, get stuck in your teeth. I mean, hey, if you're eating in the car, who cares? You know, maybe not a bad thing. So now that we've reviewed the brand name RXBAR Layers, not that we made Layers RX bars, we'll let the homemade RX bars finish up in the fridge and then grab those out and do a final taste test. Okay, so ended up letting the bars just sit overnight because, you know, life happened and they needed to set in the fridge anyways. So next day, doing a little taste test now. Before I taste them, definitely notice like a texture difference. The blueberries are real sticky. Peanut butter's like got the more chalky-ish look to it. But I ended up putting each of them on these little individual cut pieces of parchment paper for like an easier grab and go. I also, because all my blueberry ones wouldn't fit into a cute little rectangle shape, I made a couple little like protein balls. You can always do that too, but yeah, you can see this is really sticky, so too much water here. But that is good. Yeah, that doesn't taste like a protein bar at all. It tastes like blueberries, nuts, and it tastes like what it is. I honestly prefer this over a regular RX bar, I'm being honest. And then this is the peanut butter chocolate. I didn't really do a good job of mixing the chocolate chips, so. As far as like you can still very much tell that there's some chopped peanuts in that. Very similar to the RX bar in that regard. But it's not getting stuck to the roof of my mouth. I think what we've proven here today is you can make your own if you so choose. But when life happens, the convenience of being able to run to the gas station or the grocery store or wherever you may be, and knowing that RX bars are on the shelves, not a bad thing to know. Honestly, they are a little bit expensive, so making your own, while it's messy and doesn't have as long of a shelf life, so cost effective is going to be the homemade option. And I still firmly believe that RX bars are a solid protein bar option should you need that in your life. So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining us on Moderately Fit. Be sure to check out our blog, read more about all health and wellness type topics. Thank you so much for watching, and have yourself an excellent day. See you later. Okay, absolutely unrelated to RX bars and maybe not as moderately fit of us, but I was at the grocery store and found organic Reese's cups. Like, what does this even mean? Do they taste different? I don't know, and I feel like we should find out. Bonus taste test footage. Here we go. They look the same. If anything, maybe a tiny bit shallower. I don't like the chocolate. I don't know what this is, but it is not a Reese's cup. So find yourself a normal Reese's cup and stick with that.